This switch example introduces two new concepts. First, the recognition that the pattern or thing to test against does not have to be a simple object like an integer 3. It can be anything that produces an object. In this case, a variable. So when we run our test, we're going to put a collection of objects in var so that each of these tests is run against each object in the collection in order. And we're going to create another object to test and compare to, which has only an integer 3 in it. For our tests, we're going to have one test to see if we got a value of 3 in our var objects. We're going to have another test to see if it's the same as what's in other var, which also happens to be 3. In this case, we're also going to print out, but we're going to print out what the test was that succeeded, that var had the same value as whatever is in other var. And of course, we still have our default that prints out the value of the object being tested and that it didn't match one of our tests. The second concept we are introducing here is taking and showing that the tests are all run against the tested object unless you tell it not to. So when it takes the first object from the var collection, which in this case will be a 1, it compares it to 3. Regardless of whether it succeeded or failed, it will also compare it to $othervar. The only test that is conditional on the other tests is default, which only runs if none of the others came out true. So when we run this, the 1 doesn't match a 3, so these commands don't run. It doesn't match othervar, so this doesn't run. And default runs because nothing matched. Same with a 2. But when the value 3 comes out of var for testing, the 3 will match, so this command will run and print out var is 3. Then the test against all our other var will be done, and it's still a 3, and it still matches because other var has the 3 in it. So this will also print. Both script blocks ran because both tests succeeded. Default, of course, will not run because one or more other tests matched, were successful. We can see that in our output because we see var is 3 and we see var is the same as other var. 4, 5, 6, and 7 as values in var, when they come out to be tested, won't match these, either 3 or other var. So it will, of course, have default applied.